Yes. All right, welcome to Wednesday Evening Encore. I am your host, Christopher D. Thomas. This is to my women entrepreneurs, my women-owned brands. This message is for you. You know, we tailor. Anyone can use the content and the message that I deliver on any of the social media posts that I use. However, I tailor everything to our women-owned entrepreneurs. I tailor everything to our women-owned entrepreneurs. And if you were to go and check um, what's been pinned, you know, if you're on Instagram, check that first pinned reel. It'll tell you why I work with the sweet spot. My love, my passion are for woman-owned businesses, woman-owned entrepreneurs, woman-owned brands. So I tailor all of my content, you know, towards women-owned. However, anyone can use it. However, you know, like I mentioned, the love, the heart, my heart is with women-owned brands and businesses. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this episode. Hope everyone are doing well. So you're not tired of posting. You're tired of pretending. Let me ask you something very bold. How much, this is to our women entrepreneurs, how much of your online presence is actually you? How much of it is actually you? And how much is just a safer, shinier version of the brands that you're secretly copying? Because right now, your content is like eating a plastic fruit platter. You know, it looks okay, it's colorful, it fills the plate, but when you bite into it, no juice, no flavor, no soul. And many of you are wondering why the algorithm doesn't love you, doesn't show you any love, or why your dream clients just keep scrolling past your perfectly designed Canva carousels and straight into the arms of someone else who has half of your talent, yet but double your truth. So this particular episode, we're gonna crack this wide open. This episode is called, as I mentioned earlier, Content Twins versus Soul Sisters. Because playing twin to someone else's content isn't building a brand. It's building a prison. And this particular episode is being created to set you free. So let's be honest. Many of you have saved tens, maybe hundreds of reels that inspire you. And that's okay. It's okay to be inspired. However, you've fully duplicated templates, and you've whispered, OMG, I should say something just like that. And some are even copying what others are saying word by word, template by template. And now what's happening? You're stuck in the content twilight zone where every one of your posts feels like deja vu. And none of it feels like who you really are. Let's keep in mind, you are the content. And yet, what's happening, somehow, you're completely missing from it. You're the content. And yet, somehow, you're completely missing from it. So, here's what I know Women like you don't lack content. You lack clarity. You're not invisible because of the algorithm. You're invisible because you've been hiding in plain sight. Not because you're weak, but because you're wise. You maybe say, Chris, you said I'm wise? And you've just been stating that I'm copying folks? Yes, you are wise. Reason being is because you were taught don't do too much. So you're choosing to do just enough. That's why I call you wise. Yet it's biting you because now your brand feels just enough. But you're built for more. There's I want to share a story with you. I have a I have a client that we have worked with, and we continuously, work with her. Her name is I'm not going to use her real name for the sake of sharing what someone may think is personal information. So I'm gonna uh, call her name Raina for the sake of this particular episode. Raina is a powerhouse. She has degrees. She has some state, regional, national, global awards. She has a coaching business that looked good from the outside. However, on the inside, she was exhausted. She was churning out content that sounded right, but it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right until she started speaking from her quiet anger, until she posted not just for reach, but for resonance. Wasn't until she showed up as the woman who she actually was and not the one she thought her audience wanted. And guess what happened? Her engagement went down. You saying, okay, why is that a good thing? Her engagement went down. Her engagement went down, but then her authority went up. And then her revenue exploded. Why? Because being real converts quietly, and authenticity doesn't trend, it transforms. Let me ask you something. It may get many of you feeling uncomfortable. Why are you more comfortable copying strangers than owning your own story? Why does your audience know your offer and not your origin? Why are you selling growth while hiding the parts that grew in the fire? You've sold the growth. You didn't share how you got there. And because that's what your ideal client is looking for. They're not looking for your perfection. They're not looking for your latest template. But they're looking for is your transformation. And if you can show that, your client won't trust you that you can lead them through unless you show that. Now, here's the problem. Most entrepreneurs today are stuck in a copy, paste, post situation because many don't trust their own voice. And what they do is they mimic others. And one of the things that we don't know is we don't know if what we're mimicking from someone else, if that's working for them. Who did they mimic it from? I mean, we all get inspired and we all imitate to a certain extent, but we're not talking about a copy paste post. That builds confusion, not connection. And what if or when the algorithm tanks? What happens? They vanish because the content was never rooted in their actual brand. It was borrowed. You feel like you're doing everything right. You're posting consistently. You're engaging. You're showing up, but it still feels hollow. And you're attracting people, you know, you're attracting people who like your stuff, but never buy it. You sound professional, but not personal. You're respected, but not remembered. And deep down inside, you're wondering, what if I'm not as good as I thought? That doubt has started to set in because you're not being yourself. You're going to do either one or two things: have doubt, or you're going to have faith. You don't need better content. You need content that fits your character. You need to become the woman who dares to post from the truth instead of the trend. You need soul sister content. That's what we're going to call it, soul sister content. That's the kind that can't be copied because it's the code in your own DNA. It's the code that's in your own cells. Now, anytime I give recommendation, I always share, what to do, when to do it, why to do it, and when you do it, what can you expect? Now, what to do? You're going to start with perspective, not platform. You're going to identify the emotional temperature behind your brand. Is it anger? Is it hope? Is it humor? Is it grace? Is it rebellion? You're going to build the content that doesn't just inform, but it disarms. Tell the story that starts, where you actually are. Now, that's what to do. Now, when you do it, your content, you want to do it when your content feels forced. When it feels like it's not you. That's when you want to make that shift. You want to do it when your audience engages, but they're not converting. You want to do it when you feel drained after posting instead of ignited. If you're feeling drained after you post instead of feeling ignited, that's when you need to make that change. Now, we talked about what to do, when to do it. Now, why do you do that? Because branding, many people have mistaken branding to be visibility. Branding isn't visibility. It's vulnerability that's leveraged. Because trust is the new currency, and truth is that vault key. Trust is the new currency, and truth is that vault key. Now, when you inject these recommendations, what you're going to be able to expect is deeper engagement, higher quality of clients, and you're going to create a brand that ages very well. They don't call me the legacy architect for a reason, because it's all rooted into your story and not the trends. Now, let me be clear. Let me be clear. You do not need another Canva template to do all of this. You need clarity. And clarity won't come from scrolling. Clarity comes from remembering who you are when no one is watching. What you post is a mirror. How is it reflecting you? Does it reflect you? And here's what I invite you to do. Each one of you, women owned brand, women owned entrepreneurs, I have a complimentary 15-minute brand blueprint session. It's with me. You don't need a credit card. It's not a pitch. It's not a fluff. And I'll give you something no download that ever could do, which is going to be able to personalize your brand blueprint. It's tailored to you. It's created for her. Tailored for you, created for her. You are the her. And it's designed to attract your clients who are waiting to hear your voice. You got to remember that these days where we're posting on YouTube, Meta, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Snapchat, Truth, or anywhere, any of the other social media outlets that are there, they're all based on algorithms. The algorithm won't remember you, but your impact, the impact that you're going to be making, that will be remembered. She will be remembered. You will be remembered when that happens. So if this episode has stirred something in you, please, I ask that you share this with other woman-owned brands, women entrepreneurs who got fire in their voice, but dust on their content. I want you to save this for when you forget who you are. And I want you to follow, turn on notifications, and join us for next Wednesday. Join us for next Wednesday. The topic that I have planned for next Wednesday is stop networking, start networthing. Stop networking, start networthing. And we're going to dig into why most networking is just a social acceptable form of begging and what you can do instead. That's what we're going to talk about. So you have a voice that doesn't just belong online. Your voice deserves it deserves to be be dominant. You know, it doesn't deserve just to be online. You deserve to dominate it, but only if you're willing to stop being that twin. Stop being that twin and start being the soul sister, right? So choose to post from your power, to post from your soul. We're not encouraging you to post under pressure. You know, you're not for everyone. You're for her. You're for that client who's looking for you, who's looking for the true, authentic you. The woman or the client who's not scrolling right now, who's not just looking for content, but looking for a connection. I want to help you find and connect with her. Right. And so, like I mentioned, we have that complimentary 15-minute blueprint, no credit card needed. It's no fluff, no pitch, at all. And as a result of going through that 15-minute session, you will get a complimentary, actually framework of what you need to do over the next 90 days. And you can inject that into your particular brand and have it to work for you. And it's absolutely complimentary, my gift to you. So, there are other things that we also have on our website that is for deeper tools, deeper help. I have what's called the personal brand audit checklist. We also have what's called the reinvent transformation system for entrepreneurs. And if you're really serious about it, if you're really serious about things, want that one-on-one, done with you, done for you type of experience, we have what's called the brand power vault. Because you don't need more followers. You don't need more followers. Do you want more followers? Or could we use more followers? Yeah. We don't need them though. You need more felt presence because the goal isn't to go viral, it's to go vital, to make the heartbeat of your market's decision, to become that heartbeat of your market's decision. So post like your legacy depends on it because it does. And when the scrolling stops, let it be your truth. Let it be her awakening. Let it be the start of everything that she's been waiting for. Your content isn't made for decoration. It's made for direction. It's not made for decoration. It's made for a direction. So it's time for you to take the lead.